everyone! So, I'm not going to waste any time today, let's just jump right into it. I wanted to talk to you about prioritizing small appliances. My hair is doing its own thing. That's slightly better. Specifically, chest freezers and portable dishwashers. Particularly at low income points. It is possible to get these things. Depending on location, it'll change up how easy this is. But part of the reason this is important is a lot of time, independence. Really, independence, freeing up time and resources. Cat, do not take my hair tie. Here, see the fur ball. You want to see the most offended cat ever? Oh, man. Crazy. Look okay? I hope it looks okay. Fuck it. Okay. Chest freezers. Now, chest freezers, it's easy to figure out why. You've got food storage, etc. for long term. No, they do not cost a lot to run because they are not generating heat on purpose. There's a little bit of heat at the back. You're not going to notice it. It's meant to keep things cold, so it doesn't take a lot of energy once it's frozen. You can get them in a range of sizes, from fairly small to really big. And it can also help increase the diversity in your diet, particularly if you are living in a food desert. This will make a chest freezer even more important, or if you go through periods of feast and famine. You can get frozen vegetables. Frozen vegetables are very cheap and they are still healthy for you. Ideally, you're cooking with fresh vegetables because there is a minor degradation and it changes up your cooking techniques a bit when it's frozen versus fresh. Recipes assume, unless otherwise stated, that you are using fresh, so you will have to make adjustments to your cooking methods to accommodate the fact that it is a frozen vegetable. The reason for this is because you, one, have to make sure it's thawed to get the closest cooking time approximation. It is possible to learn how to cook with it still frozen in the recipe and whatnot, but I would not advise a beginner cook to do this. You are more likely to burn some part of your recipe, and that's not fun. You will feel like a failure at something that takes quite a bit of time to properly master. You can make things that are very much tasty and edible, but not necessarily masterful, fairly quickly, but you get the idea. One day I'm going to put that on a t-shirt. You get the idea. So yeah, you have to accommodate the time required for thawing, which isn't actually that long, but that if you're working a long day or you have multiple jobs, long commutes, something that eats into your time is less than desirable. But if you've planned your menu out, it can take, unless you're super indecisive, 20 minutes out of the entire week. If you're already commuting, assuming you're not driving, or maybe you can take voice notes, you can decide your overall meals and do that. The other reason frozen vegetables change from fresh is because the freezing process softens them without obviously cooking them, because cell walls are rigid, so when they're frozen, the water inside the cell expands, breaking those cell walls, which is why leafy greens turn into absolute mush when you thaw them out. But it partially does this to other vegetables as well. Like if you have ever thawed out frozen broccoli, you'll notice it's kind of squishy. It's just that there's more non-digestible or cellulose type fiber naturally occurring in the vegetable, which is why it still retains a lot of its structure. Which was probably too technical for at least somebody. That's okay. Don't worry about it. It makes it mushy, and you have to thaw it out to accommodate the changes between fresh and frozen when learning to cook. but it allows for long-term storage without a big increase in costs and can actually reduce your costs because frozen vegetables are much cheaper. It can also allow you to get unusual or cheaper cuts of meat and portion them off into freezer bags or wax paper with freezer tape. You do have to buy specifically freezer tape because all other tapes, the freezing will break the glue down so it won't stay shut. I don't recommend freezer paper because there's a plastic coating on it. It's not good for your health and it's not good for the environment. Locally here, freezer paper is not the easiest thing to find anyway, so I would end up paying more for it compared to wax paper, which is extremely easy to locate. The wax is safe to eat. A lot of people will make complaints. Some people might be sensitive to it, but there's no actual reason to be overly concerned with it, and it can be fully recycled when you're done with it, which is whenever you've thawed out whatever protein you are storing. Yeah, so long-term food storage, it allows you to take advantage of weird sales, etc. for things that you might not need right away, but know you will need down the road, but would not be able to store without a chest freezer. You do not have to pay for one full retail in a lot of places. Check out online marketplaces such as Kijiji. Oh shit, hold on. I'm back. Nearly overflowed the washing machine. Oops, that'll be the next small appliance video on portable washing machine and dryer, prioritizing, blah blah blah. Freezer. Right. Check out online marketplaces. That can be Facebook Marketplace, Kijiji, Craigslist. I actually got a small chest freezer for absolutely free. Now in this particular case, it was left curbside with a sign, so a friend picked it up while I was pregnant. It's one of the only nice things somebody did for me while I was pregnant, which is really depressing, and we're going to keep moving forward and just ignore that. No, we're not friends anymore for other reasons. So yeah, you can check it. Depending on your location, the more wealthy people in a region, or at least comfortable, the more likely you are to run across one for cheap free or nearly free, compared to some locations. I know throughout the US, a lot of places where there's a lot of people who go hunting have a good chance of finding a chest freezer. Now, a secondhand one is going to be kind of ugly usually, and don't worry about its age. Do not. I have a chest freezer that is very much older than me, and it's still going strong, because even though they might get a bit ugly because of things going on top of them or bumping them, they don't physically get moved much. Usually they're purchased, they are moved to their location and plugged in. They're just left to do their thing. So between that and not needing to generate heat, because heat will break things down like electronics and other things much faster. Cold does not break down electronics faster, which is why freezers last so freaking long. So always check your secondhand marketplaces if you're worried that you can't get something. Just know that sometimes it takes longer to get it, particularly if your price point is even lower. If you are looking at ones that do cost more than $100 or whatever dollars, check where you would buy one online, Home Depot or Amazon, and get a price comparison. That way you're not paying retail for something that is secondhand. You got to know what your base price is before you go, oh, that looks like a good deal. No, it might not be. So, yeah. That is for the freezer. Now you can apply the same shopping principles to a portable dishwasher. Portable dishwashers come in different sizes, ranging from a full-size dishwasher with a fake countertop on it on wheels to just a countertop size one. In both any case of whatever size portable dishwasher you get, it'll require a special adapter. Now, you can get these relatively easily, but a lot of times whenever somebody's selling one, they usually have the adapter still. Just check Amazon. I'll see if I can find one on the American and Canadian one to put in the description, and it just hooks right up. There is an important thing you need to know about a portable dishwasher, and that is because of the extra strain from the hose pulling on the adapter, it means there tends to be a gap and the water goes, you'll see it run over the adapter. This doesn't look like it's a big deal right up until this next part where some of that water will run along the pipe inside the faucet and can create a leak under your sink. So make sure you have a very large basin to catch the water during doing your dishes, and this will be true for the washing machine as well, but the dishwasher will generate more water because of the fact that the water is running continuously rather than just being turned off partway through, which is what you do with a washer. That'll be explained in that video. So make sure you've got a big basin under your sink to catch the drips, because you don't need a flood, you don't need a pissed off landlord. It's just so many problems can be solved with just a basin, knowing that this problem will occur depending on faucet type and whether or not this is the second time you've run the dishwasher. The advantage to having a portable dishwasher isn't just the time you save in labor. It tends to get dishes cleaner in the first place, and in addition to that, it uses less water. So if you are paying a water bill, you are spending less. Even with that drip happening under the sink, you are still using less compared to hand washing. So it saves you time, saves you money. That is an investment worth looking at. Same shopping methods for finding one that's secondhand. I got mine. It's actually the second most expensive for, oh no, third, because the dryer, I was going to point to it, but it's not in my office anymore, it hasn't been for a while, was $100. Those are a pain in the ass to find secondhand, I'm not going to lie. But that is a separate video. The dishwasher, the countertop one, I got for $50, but we have lots and lots of millionaires around here, so it was a bit more expensive. I've helped friends look around on Craigslist and whatnot, and I know throughout the US, particularly in city centers, you can find a portable dishwasher for a lot less. Like, I've seen them for $20, even free, and you might just have to get the adapter. So it's always worth looking if it goes on your priority list. Now, if you're a single adult who might have 3 dishes at a time to do, just wash them by hand. You'll save yourself effort. But if you have to do full loads at a time, get the dishwasher, you're saving yourself time and effort. Because you can just scrape it off and load it as you go throughout the week or whatever. In any case, wherever you're going to store the portable, not just the dishwasher, any type of small appliance, make sure you measure the space and write it down so you know the item you're going to get will fit. Never eyeball it. Do not eyeball it. Don't do this. It sucks to get something and realize there's like half an inch off and it's not going to fit in there, and then you have to do some weird origami job that is going to leave you just dripping in sweat when you're already working too much. So yeah, that's my rant. But that is how you can get a couple of things that can help save you money and time and work. For very little, you just have to have a bit of patience and put a little bit of time looking into these areas. For more content like this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, make sure your notifications are turned on, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.